All right. So we are still in unit 6. And we're doing negative of the future tense, and after that we're doing the interrogative of the negative of the future tense. Meaning as a question like, aren't you going to Diamond Mountain in the fall? Like that. Like, will you not go?
That's harder, right?
Nah, it's super easy. It's just a negative with a question mark. That's all it is.
I think in Spanish and English, it's like another level up.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe a little bit, but in Tibetan, you just put a question mark on the negative form. So it's not, you don't even need a helper verb. Like in English, you need are, like, well, I guess, no, you do need a helper verb because min is are, or mare is are. But anyway, if you knew the previous form, it's not difficult. Okay, let's do this. And then afterwards, Oscar, you can tell me if it's hard or not, okay?
Okay.
So negative of the future tense. So Oscar, how do you say I'm going in Tibetan?
Nga troiyin.
Perfect. And then how would you say I am not going?
Nga min troiyin.
Just switch where the verb stays in the same position. Droyin, and then turn.
Nga troi min.
Perfect. Exactly. Here it is. We did it last week for this was the last thing we did. So that's it. We're just doing the negative form. So nga droyin, not nga droy min, right? Kerang pepki mare instead of kerang pepki re. Right? Pretty simple. You just have to remember what you knew before, which sometimes is the hardest thing about learning a language. Kung pepki mare, right? That's all. And the plurals, same, just use the plural pronoun. So let's just review. Is there any questions about that? Okay, pop quiz, since no one has a question, although by the looks on your faces, you do have questions, you're just not answering them, asking them. Yes, Leah, I'm looking at you. Rivas, how do you say they are not going, or they will not go?
How do you say to
how do you say they first?
Yeah, like con is like con, and then the word that makes it plural, but I don't remember.
Kongso, natso.
Kongso. And they are not going, right? So kongso.
Yep.
Drogi mare.
Use the honorific. You're very close.
Kongso pepki mare.
Perfect. Pass. Leah. Say we are not going.
Not so. Droyi.
Yep.
Min.
Yes. Yay! Woohoo! Oh my God. Perfect. Thank you so much. That feels good. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So now the interrogative form is the same, except you just put pay on the end. I mean, basically, I don't know. This is not Joey marepe. I don't know why. I Sunam's been having bad connection issues, so it's not in class, but I don't know why. I feel like it could be both though. If I asked him, I bet he's gonna say, I will say chikparepe, which means is it the same? He would say re chikpare. So this says nga jogi marepe. But I don't know why. Since when does nga have a re at all?
But the same as what?
I said, since when do you use mare with nga at all? So I don't know why. It could be a special form that I'm unaware of.
Isn't because the answer that is being given?
You're probably exactly right. It's probably just the anticipatory form.
Yeah.
I think that's an amazing answer, and I didn't think of it. And I forget about that for the nga. I always know it for the karang, but I forget about it for the reverse. So you're probably right. So we'll go with that. We'll go with Profe Oscar's assessment. Okay. Anyway, so besides that, it's the same. So okay, so you have to do this without looking now. So Oscar asked Rivas, aren't you going?
Rivas la. Keran pepka.
No, don't use the ka. Use the pepire form.
Oh. Rivas la. Keran pepkirepe.
Aren't you going?
Pepki marepe.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, now Rivas asked Leah, aren't they going?
Léala. Con su pepki
So,
mare.
so,
Con so. Con so pepki marepe.
perfect. Now Leah, say, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I think you're right. You're definitely right, Oscar, because you're saying, aren't I going? So why would you say, aren't I going? Yeah, you're right, Oscar. Good. So Leah, say, aren't I going? You're like Alexito wanting to go with his dad somewhere. Aren't I going, Dad?
So nang
Nah, not nang. Nah.
nga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Verb to go. Going.
Nang so ki can't remember the next word. Ki something min. Ki something min.
Oh, it's not min because as Profe Oscar told us, it's gonna be mare.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. So na ma in mare.
No, so jogi mare pe.
Ma droyi mare pe.
Mare pe.
Ma droyi mare pe. Mare pe.
Yeah, mare pe. Kasi nga yeah, nga jogi mare pe. Yeah. Okay. I mean, even if you never learn Tibetan, which you won't if you don't study a lot, by the way, this is really good for your mind, actually. A student was saying how it was too fast, and the audios and I don't know, maybe they are too fast for them. I don't know, but you have to practice a lot and then you get faster, right? Some of the stuff, I don't even understand what they're saying. I'm in unit 12 now. I don't know what they're saying. Not a lot of the time, maybe 10 or 20% of the time, but I just repeat it. Later, I'll figure out what they said. You know, you learn to listen, because language is basically 4 skills. Speaking it, listening, being able to hear it, right? And then those are the basic ones. But then if it's written, because not every language is written form. Most languages don't have a written form still to this day. But if it's written, then writing it, and reading it, because you can be able to write it and not read it. You know that, right? All those ancient scribes in India and even Tibet, they didn't know what they were writing. Like the carvers, I mean, they might recognize the letters. They didn't know what it meant though, right? So those are separate. Wow. Yeah, those are separate skills. Being able to read and write are 2 separate skills. That's why we say reading and writing. Okay, so I mean, if you hang out with the mixed nuts, you will learn comprehension, like beyond. That's the most comprehensive comprehension class in English that I know of. There might be some other ones in some universities that I have not been exposed to, but mixed nuts, especially for the public, is by far the best for Tibetan scripture, right? But for speaking and listening, you will not learn that in mixed nuts class very well. I mean, a little bits here and there, but if Geshe-la goes off on some Tibetan, most people are just like, I have no idea what he just said, right? Because they're not learning that. They're learning to read, you know, and speak some, but not listen to a Tibetan speaker speak and comprehend what they're saying, right? It's in small amounts, right? Okay, so this is what this is for. So even if you don't know what's going on, that's why you have to do the audios over and over again. How many times I listen to Learning Practical Tibetan? I don't even know. It was like thousands. I just did it over and like hundreds and hundreds. Just I don't know how many times. And that's how I learned to listen to Tibetan mostly. But if you don't want to learn Tibetan, there's one sure way not to. Don't study. It's pretty easy. Okay, next part. Let's just do a couple from these because they're from the tape or you know, we say tape, but now no one uses tapes, audio. And you're supposed to do that on your own. And if you're not, your problem. All right. Actually, I want you to translate. Aijan, who's now free from work. Translate. Tromla pepki mimpe.
Are you going? Don't you going? Won't you go into market? Oh gosh, which?
Yeah, that's good. And now here, Oscar, this confirms what you said because this is the min used for kerang, right? Yeah. Yeah, either won't you go to the market or aren't you going to the market? Either of those.
Yeah, minpe.
Aijan.
It is anticipated. How to say anticipating? So you're anticipating that you'll answer I, right?
Yeah, exactly. But while you were in your meeting, we had a discussion about using mare for the nga. And I was confused about it. And then Oscar taught me,
Verb I. Okay, got it.
because I always forget about the re for the nga. Okay, but I won't forget now, Oscar. Thank you. Okay, Oscar, you translate. Hula pepki mare pe. Excuse, pepki min pe. Excuse me.
The second one,
Yeah, translate. What does it say? Hula pepki min pe.
are you going to Tibet? Aren't you going to Tibet?
Perfect. La min. Hula jogi min.
No, I'm not going to Tibet.
Perfect. Nah, not going to bed. I like your translation. This one, let's see. I'm gonna test Mr. Rivas here. Simkang la pepki min pe.
Again, please. Pepki.
Simkang la pepki min pe. What's Simkang?
Sim is, how do you say? I don't. It's a place. It's a place like Simkang. Yeah, Simkang is house, right?
Yeah. What? I thought house was Nangla.
No, you said the other day Sem. I remember because Sem is like Semchen, like, and I just like related them. So Sem.
Sim. Yeah, not Sim, but
Sim. Okay.
but it's the honorific.
For a house.
Yeah, for house.
Simkang.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Simkang la Pepki. Are you going to your house?
Yep. Perfect.
Are you not going to your house?
Yeah, aren't you going to your house?
Aren't you going to your house?
Yeah.
Mean.
Namin, Nangla, Jogi Min.
No. Nangla. I'm not going to my house.
Yeah. It's kind of weird though. There's a thing that happens in English too. Like if you say to someone, like, watch, Leah, do you mind answering the next question?
Yeah, we don't really say something like that.
No,
Unless
we do. No, we do, right? Do you mind doing something, right? So answer naturally. Do you mind being in Tibetan class?
No, I don't mind.
Right, but some people, they'll say yes, because it feels like you're saying no to the question that is inferred, right? So the correct answer would be no. No, I don't mind, meaning yes, I would like, right? So look at the Tibetan here. It's interesting. Simkang la pepki minpe. Aren't you going to your holy home? And so Tibetan's interesting because there's no yes or no necessarily. There's just la and then min. So you just attach the verb. So what's he saying? What is this saying? What is this? What is that actually saying? And what would be the perfect English translation for that? If the question is, aren't you going to your holy house?
No, I'm not going.
I'm not.
You can't say no. That's the whole point of my little diatribe here. If you say no, that means
two negatives.
Yeah, you're negating the negative, which means you are going to your house, right?
So you're just saying I'm not going to my holy house.
No. The next part is saying, no, I'm not going to my regular house because they're not honorificizing themselves. Nangla, right? No, this is saying, which this makes sense. This is saying aren't. Aren't you going home? Aren't. Which we don't say in English, but it gets confusing. Like with the whole do you mind thing? And then people say, like, hey, do you mind helping me? And if you say no, then it feels like you're saying no to helping them. But you didn't ask me, can I help you? You asked me, do I mind? And you would say no, right? I guess I'm the only one who thinks about these things before bed. All right. But this is aren't. This is what this is saying, aren't. Which is a correct negative response to a negative question. Right? Do you mind going home?
No, I
Don't. Which sounds ridiculous in English, but it's correct. Anyway, I already answered it, but why does it say Nangla Drogimin and not Simkangla?
Because it's not honorific, because it's my own home.
Yeah, exactly. If Hasso was here, he'd make some jokes about honorificizing yourself. Where's Hasso? He's living a life in Jers. He's like, hasta la vista, Mexico. Nos vemos. Okay.
Profe,
Yeah.
but I don't see the difference between the last question in English, like the third one.
No,
To
they're
me,
all like, they're all
it's
like
the
that.
same.
They're all like,
Aren't you going home? And you say, no, I'm not going home.
yeah, but that wouldn't answer the question. If you say, aren't you going home? And you say, no, that means, no, I'm not going home, which would mean, yes, I am going home. So, but it's not saying, no, I'm not going home. It says, no, I aren't going home. You understand?
No.
I could tell your face is like, "Rah." Think about it. I mean, double negatives, this is why people need 20 years of training in Madhyamika, because of double negatives. Because if people got the double negative in 1 second, they would understand why they're not a tantric deity, even though they're not a tantric deity. Are you a tantric deity, Oscar, to yourself?
No.
Are you not a tantric deity?
Yes.
Yes.
Meaning no.
Meaning no, but you could be. Right? Which is different. Which is the point of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing here.
There is no problems with two negations in Russian, but that's a problem in English, right?
No, it's not the negation is, well, there's no problem with negation. The problem is with people's ability to comprehend negation. But when you ask a question in a negative form and you say no to it, that means that's the positive, right? 2 no's is yes, right? Right? Math. -1 times -5 is 5. Remember that? You don't want to remember that. It's the truth though, right? If you do not owe me $5, I owe you $5, right? Something like that. Anyway, aren't you going home? No. Which would mean, are you not going home? No, so you're going home. Right?
Aren't you not going home?
Are you not going home? No. So you're going home. Yes.
that will be like the correct thing to say, but if you say no, it's because you're not going, right? Or if you say no, it's yes. like in this example.
Yeah.
Oh.
For any time you would ask a negative question, but the Tibetan isn't saying no, they're saying aren't. Like, you are right, I aren't going home, which you don't say in English, which is why it's confusing. But you're all confused anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right. Gumpa la pepki minpe. Who's next? Ina? Is Ina sleeping? Did I put her to sleep with my negative talk? That was
Hi, guys.
actual negative talk. Not like my usual negative talk. Hi Ina, nice to see you. Translate this. Gumpa la pepki minpe.
Gompala pepki minpe. Aren't we going to a monastery?
Yeah, aren't we? Yeah. Lamin.
We are.
Yeah, we aren't. Ina's
Gompala drogi min. We are not going to the monastery.
good, exactly. Ina's good at this logic stuff, so she got it. Okay. What's Gyanak? Everybody.
China.
China.
Thank you. Gyanak la pepti minpe. Oscar, what's it say?
Aren't you going to China?
Yeah. Okay, give me the correct translation. Lamin.
Yes.
No, the only thing it definitely does not say is yes.
Well, but it's, for me, it's strange, even in English or Spanish, in any language, it's like what you were saying, like, do you mind? You have to clarify, because otherwise you don't understand.
Well,
Do you mind to teach class? No,
that's
no,
why
I don't mind. Yeah.
yeah, that's why you have to say that. And that's what this says. It doesn't just say yes or no. That's what you have to say. If people are like, do you mind helping me with my Tibetan? No, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Because if you just say no, people are like, wait, are you saying no? Or are you saying no, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's confusing.
Yes. You can say like, yes, I'm not going to China.
But check this out. Min, what does min actually mean?
Not.
No, is not. Because min is the conjugation, the negative for the first person, yin.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean not. Not in Tibetan would be ma or mi.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, this is aren't, which actually does not need clarification, which is my point. In English, you do need clarification.
Yeah.
Just say no. But this doesn't. That's why I'm saying it is actually clearer in the Tibetan.
Yeah.
Because the Tibetan doesn't have just a yes or no necessarily. It just has la with the verb after it. Right? Did you run this morning? Didn't you run this morning? No correr. No running. Right? Which you wouldn't. I mean, you could say, right? No corre, right? I didn't run.
No corrí. Yeah.
Corrí, excuse me. 2 R's. Right. And that would be perfect in Spanish, right? That's what it's saying. Right?
Yeah.
Didn't you run? No corrí. No corrí en la mañana. Right?
Yeah, but here it's saying that they do, right?
Nope. Min.
Not? Oh.
Min aren't. One by one, let's see. You'll all get it. You'll all get it eventually. Anyway, la min, kanak la joey min. Nah, aren't going to China. Anyway, this is why I don't talk to anybody. Stuff comes out of my mouth. People just give me funny looks. All right. This is substitution, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's a substitution. I don't know how much. These are all on the tape. I'd rather go over the concepts because the stuff on the audios is is purposely repetitious so you can get it in your head. But if we just do that in class, I don't know, isn't it boring? I start to bore myself. We'll do a few. Okay, this is for the style of teaching that this book offers. They do a lot of substitution, which is helpful for your vocab and syntax, right? So vocab, knowing a variety of words, and syntax, what order do the words come in the sentence, right? So, okay, so let's break down this sentence. Rivas is gonna help me. So first of all, Rivas, what's the basic word order for Tibetan?
First, like the nga, it's what is that? The
Okay.
subject,
Yep.
verb,
Nope.
and nga mean.
Not Tromla.
Yeah, nga. Then the object, and then the verb.
Exactly. Okay. Boom. And you can just say SOV. Make your life easy. In English, we just say SOV, right? You can say it in Spanish too, right? Subjecto, objeto y verbo. Okay, it works in Spanish and English, not in Russian probably. And English is SVO, right? So is Mandarin. Mandarin is SVO. Hindi is SOV. That's the first thing you should learn after vocab, right? Is what's the word order? Because you can say basic stuff, I want food, right? Yo quiero comida, right? So you don't starve, right? And same thing in Tibetan, right? Nga kalak di. I food want. All right, so here we go. In this sentence, well, what's missing from these sentences?
Subject?
Yeah, what was that, Aija?
Subject?
Yeah,
Or like,
yeah, the pronoun, because it's shortened form. And in Tibetan, just like Spanish, the verb conjugation shows the subject and of course context, right? Okay, so Rivas, what is the verb in this sentence?
Pepki.
Yeah, pepki.
Pepki.
Right, what does that mean?
Go.
Going.
Going.
Okay, what's the object?
There is no object.
There definitely is.
Yeah. Con la.
Tromla. What's trom?
Tromla. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, Tromla.
What's trom?
Market.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, John, for $0.
yes, la dun.
Yeah, exactly. If there's a la, it means there has to be an object because this is the particle which shows relationship between the object, subject, and the verb, right? I'm going to the market. I'm not in the market. I'm not at the market. I'm not under the market, right? That's what prepositions do, right? It shows the relationship. All right. I know syntax is so exciting, but if you get it now, it'll be easier later. So
And some of them have ra instead of la, like
What's
la
that?
sa. And some of them have ra instead of la, like la sa.
Plasa. Yes.
For the ladun particle.
Yes. How many ladun particles are there?
I think there are two,
No.
ra and la.
No. There are 7 ladun particles,
Yes.
right? La, na, ra, ru, su, tu, tu. Okay. You should memorize them. But in colloquial, everyone just says la because it's colloquial and it's easier.
And ra, it is if it's vowel, yeah, ending is vowel.
Yeah. I think
Yes,
that's
indeed.
officially Ru, not Ra.
Yes, Ru,
Ru.
actually.
Yeah, it's Ru. Yeah. The R is Ru, but without the U. Which might be confusing. And sorry about that. All right. Yes. The other ones are mostly used in scripture, but there's some exceptions, and they just vary depending on the suffix letter, right, Ajan?
Yes.
But the meaning isn't necessarily different. It's just the suffix letter. Okay. Okay, so Tromla Pepki Impe, what does that mean, Rivas?
Are you not going? Aren't you going to the market?
Yeah, are you going? Perfect. Okay. So now we're substituting this. What does this say?
England.
Hmm?
England.
Hi, John. Rivas' turn.
Sorry.
But good job. It's
I wouldn't have.
okay, good job, John. You didn't know. Just read the Tibetan words, though, Alex Rivas.
In Gi? No.
Read it.
I don't know how to say the second one.
G.
G?
Uh-huh. It's like G, but
In G.
yeah. Yes. Say it.
In G.
In G.
Lungpa.
Yeah, in G Lungpa.
Okay.
Good. And that means England. Okay, good. So wait, what position? So what would that be in the sentence? The subject, the object, or the verb?
Object.
Perfect. Okay, now read. What's the answer? To substitute Inji Lungpa for Trump. So wait, I'll ask you. Tromla Pepki Impe? Are you going to market?
Nga Tromla Pepki.
No, I'm asking
No.
you. Tromla Pepki Impe? Your answer is negative. So
Ah.
they're all negative.
Ngamin.
Yep.
Nga Tromla Pepki Min.
Yeah, but you're gonna stick Inji Lungpa in. That's the whole point. Like
Nga Ingi Lumpa Pepki Min.
Watch. I'll do this one. Listen.
Okay.
Tromla Pepki Impe, are you going to the market? And they have to tell you what you're gonna say, where you're going, because you're gonna say no. Na min. Nah, I'm not going to the market. I'm going to England.
Okay, okay.
Which is weird, right? Like, hey, you going to the store? Nah, I'm going to Tajikistan. Like,
Yeah.
right? It's a little weird, but
Yeah.
there's limited vocab at this point, so we have to use what you know. Okay, now try it. I'm gonna ask you again. You're gonna give the responses written here. Tromla Pepki Impe.
Laming Nga Ingi Lumpa Pepkiin.
La
Pepkiin.
Joyin.
Yeah, it's La after Ingi Lumpa La Pepkiin.
In G.
Injilungpa.
Yeah, it's the Tibetan
La.
version of England. England.
Injilungpa. Okay.
Jogi.
Pepkin.
Oh, good. Ina. Pula pepke?
Should I read?
Yeah, just the end. Yeah.
Lamin drukul la
Mm-hmm.
trogin.
Yeah, where are you going instead of Tibet? Jukyul.
Drukul.
Where's that?
I don't know.
Does anybody? Do you remember Jukyul?
Is that
Bhutan.
Bodh Gaya?
No,
Bhutan.
that's
Bhutan, yeah.
it's Bhutan. Land of
Bhutan.
land of the thunder, the dragons who thunder. Good, very good. Thank you. Leah, Tim Kongla Pepi Yimpe. Here's your Bodh Gaya, okay? Sim Kongla Pepi Yimpe. Leah.
Do
No, that's what you're substituting. Answer the question. Sim Kongla Pepi Yimpe.
Lamin.
Mm-hmm.
Droshi Lala.
Dorjiling.
Dorji Ling La.
Dorjiling.
Dorje Ling La.
Yep.
Kroki Yin.
Okay, I'm going to crush this habit of yours right now. You ready?
Crush it.
You're gonna say it 10 times. Say draw.
Dro.
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 Okay, repeat the sentence, please. Repeat this answer. Sim Kong la Pepi in Pe.
La Yin.
La Min.
Dorji. La Min.
Mm-hmm.
Dorji Ling.
Yep.
La.
Yep.
Dro. Ki.
Yep.
Yin.
Yes. Hey, you going home? Nah, I'm going to Bodh Gaya. Okay. Have fun. I mean, that could happen. Okay. Oscar. Oscar? Damn it.
Yeah, Oscar.
It's so simple, yet my brain does something. Oscar. Okay. Gumpala Pepke.
Lamin Parensila Trogijin.
Yeah, you're going to monastery? Nah, I'm going to Ina's house. Ina, we're all coming over. Parancia la joyi. Ngazzo parancia la joyi. We're all coming to France. I hope you have enough food. Okay. Very good, Oscar. And Aijan. Kyanak la pepi impe.
Lamin Ladakh la Drugin. I'm going to Ladakh.
Yeah, what was the question?
Are you going to China?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to Ladakh.
That makes a little more sense to me. Okay, cool. Now the same thing, but aren't you? Okay. It's kind of interesting though, right? Maybe this throws my whole aren't theory out the window. Because this is saying, are you going to China, right? And they say la min. But this is saying, aren't you going to the China? And it still says ramen, right? Oh well. So much for theories. Okay. Oscar. Chomla Peptimente. Aren't you going to the market?
Lamin.
Hmm.
Injilungpa la Trogijin.
Yeah, where are you going instead of the market?
To England,
Yeah. That makes
nearby the market.
Leah, Pepki Minpe. Aren't you going to P? Here's the answer.
Buju,
Druk you.
Jukju,
Druk you.
Drup, Ju.
No. Druk.
Not
Druk.
Druk,
Yul.
Druk,
Yul.
Yul, Druk Yul, Bhutan. Druk Yul.
Uh-huh. Good.
Lamin,
Mm-hmm.
Druk Yul La, Dro Ki Yin.
Perfection. Aijan, Sim Kang La Pepki Minpe.
Lain Dorje, right? Dorjeling la Drogiin.
Perfect. Wait, so where did I ask you you're going and where are you going instead?
Aren't you going home? No, I'm going to Bodh Gaya.
No, I messed that up before. It's Dorje Den is Bulgaria. I look really fast. What's Dorjeling?
Dorjeling, I think. Dorjeling is Dorjeling.
Darjeeling.
Darjeeling.
Yeah, that's how we pronounce it in English at least, right? Darjeeling.
Darjeeling.
Yeah, like that movie, Darjeeling Express.
Bodh Gaya is like
Dorje Den,
Dorjiden. Yes, right.
right? It's the seat of the diamond. Or the sitting place of the diamond. Or the place where I sat and saw the diamond.
There's another word for Bodh Gaya in India. What's the other name for Bodh
Vajrasana?
Gaya?
Vajrasana?
Oh no, I think I'm getting mixed up the city. There are two words for the city that's near Bodh Gaya. Varanasi and
Kashi.
it's another name. I can't remember it.
Varanasi is also called Kashi. That's the ancient name. But I don't know of any other names. There could be a million names. I just found out what they call the Ganges in Bangladesh. They call it Padma.
Lotus?
Yeah. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I saw it on Jeopardy actually. I got it right. Kunpala Pepti Minte, Ina. This actually makes sense for Ina.
Don't we go to the monastery? Or
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So
Don't you go to the monastery?
aren't you going to the monastery, Ina?
Lamin. I'm not going to the monastery.
Where are you going?
Paransila Troyin.
Yeah, you're like, nah, I'm not going. I'm going home, France.
To France. Yeah,
Wait,
staying in France.
if we asked Ina these two questions, it wouldn't make sense, right? Sim Kang La Pepki Minpe, are you going home? No, I'm going to France. Wait, isn't your home in France? Okay, anyway. One more. Gyanak, did Rivas leave? He had to leave because of children. Ganakla Pepki Mimpe, Oscar.
Lamin. What's that? Lap truck? Lap truck?
No, Wasor is not pronounced.
La ¿qué? Laco? Oh, Ladak. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lamin Ladak la Troyin.
We get up in the chat or something. How? Leah Benares?
Yeah, the other name for Varanasi.
Oh, I think that's the anglicized name. Yeah. Like Calcutta and Kolkata. You know, a lot of Indian cities have changed their names back to the pre-anglicized versions of their names. And the spellings too. Like Bangalore is now Bangaluru. Mysore is Mysuru, like that. Well, you don't care about that. Okay, but you're right. That is the old way Varanasi was referred to. This is the same thing over and over. Do you have questions about this? I mean, from here, just memorize the format, right? Subject, object, preposition, verbs, question, okay? Otherwise, you know, it's one concept, but they just go over and over again. You should do the tape because your mouth needs to say the things. So this is the third person form. Let's do a few for kicks. And plus they're using some other objects. All right. Kung gompala pepki marepe. What's that mean? Hi, John.
Isn't he going to the market?
Kumpa. Kumpa.
Monastery. Monastery, yes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, perfect. Now answer, please.
Lamare. I mean,
Lamare.
Lamare Pela Pepkire. No, he's going to Tibet.
Yeah, nah, he ain't. He's going to Tibet. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Perfect. Kung German la Pepki marepe. What's that mean, Leah?
She or he. Sarmala. Is that Sarmala? Sarmala, is that to the store?
German.
Is he or she going to Germany?
Yes. So these are all negative answers, right? No. So just answer.
La Mare. Let's see, the substitution is Manka.
Oh, Menkang.
Menkang.
Yep. What's Menkang?
So La Mare, Menkang la Pepkire. Pepkire. Menka.
Menkang.
Menkang. Is that Vietnam?
No, Menkang. What's Kong?
Kong is home.
Or a.
Oh, so it's hospital. Okay. So lamare menkang la pepkire. No, he's going to the hospital.
Yeah.
He's not going to Germany, he's going to the hospital.
Exactly. That's a big difference. Okay. Ina kung dorjeling la pepki marepe.
Doesn't he go to Darjeeling?
Yeah, ain't he going to Darjeeling?
And he, is this correct form? That's how
Yep, that's perfect for a third person.
okay. And he going to Darjeeling. La mare. Gyanak la pepkire. He's going to China.
Yeah,
He is not. He's going to China.
yeah, that's the whole problem with that, right? Isn't. You say nah, isn't. But
Yeah.
we know
How to say it correctly in English again? Doesn't he go to Darjeeling? This is correct, right?
no, if you say doesn't, that's kind of like the present, like that's like the continuous, like does he regularly go? In English, you have two basic choices. Like you would say, isn't he going to Darjeeling? Or you could say another one which makes sense but is a little
Colloquial.
no, it's awkward. It's not necessarily colloquial, it's awkward. You say won't he be going, or won't he go? But it sounds weird in English. We don't really say it like that. You only say that if you're annoyed at somebody, like, won't they go to China? Like why are they leaving?
When did they disappear?
Yeah, like why are they still here? Which is a completely different meaning. Like, weren't you leaving? Like that's the only time we use that for. But it makes sense, but we don't really use it much. It just sounds clunky.
And he going is colloquial, right?
Yeah, ain't. Yeah, I was joking with ain't. To say ain't is colloquial, very colloquial. You wouldn't say that in a.
So isn't he going, or like?
Isn't he going to go?
Sarcastic, won't he go?
What's that?
Sarcastic, won't he go?
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish you would go to China. But nah, you would generally say, isn't he or she going? Or isn't she going to go? That's even clearer. Because if you say, isn't he going, that can also imply, like, I thought he was like one day going to go. Like, isn't he going to Princeton? Like, isn't he going to this? I thought he was going to go to this other school, or right? It can imply something different. But if you say, isn't he going to go? That means like the next step or something like in sequence.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
That's the clearest way, I would say. Okay. Good question. Okay. Oscar, kung kamendula pepki marepe.
La mare hlasar pepkire.
Good. Pasar pepkire. Very good. What's it all mean?
Isn't he or she going to Kathmandu? No. How did you say? Isn't. He isn't.
Literally, yeah, isn't.
Isn't. He's going to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, Tibet. Perfect. Very good. I think you all got the idea, and we've done all these. What is this one? John, what's that say?
Delhi.
Yeah.
Delhi city in India.
Yeah. Wait, explain this to us.
What? What do you mean explain?
You're supposed to explain. I'm not going to explain why you're supposed to explain. Explain. Isn't this weird? Isn't there some problems here?
Very weird.
Yeah.
Huh?
Tchili.
Really? Like Lhasa? Really? It's like Lhasa when you no, I cannot. I can't explain.
There's no, in Tibetan, there's no dahata.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in Tibetan. This is
Yes, that's
this is how you write a foreign words like Sanskrit, like ta, hata, da. This is basically the Sanskrit or Hindi, I guess, aspirated, soft, aspirated dental, right? Da, like Buddha, right? Sangha, which would be ga with a hatak on it, which exists in Tibetan script, but as representing Sanskrit or Hindi or what have you. I don't know what the word Delhi actually is. It could be Sanskrit, it could be Hindi. I'm not really certain. But anyway, this doesn't exist in Tibetan. So you know it's a foreign word because it's representing a foreign city. And that sound doesn't exist in Tibetan.
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's actually Dili.
Delhi. Yes.
That's how they're writing it here. Dili, right?
And I have no idea how they say, like in Hindi. Delhi.
Oh, Delhi.
Delhi. Okay.
Say Delhi, yeah. Yes. In English, we say New Delhi. I don't know where the old Delhi was, but I think it's the name of the old kingdom or like.
It's right by New Delhi. I stayed in Old Delhi for a night or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like sort of warned against it, but I was curious, so I stayed there for a night or two.
Okay. But where does the name come from? Is it an old kingdom or anything like that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So there is an old Delhi. I didn't know about it. Just like there's an old York and an old Jersey. People just call them York or Jersey, right? They're in Europe.
Howard, I have a question.
Sure. What is it?
We have in the which one? Fourth probably row. We have Hlasar. Here it is to Lhasa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Khasar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hlasar. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your question or?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Hlasar, to Hlasa, right? The Ladin particle as a root. And as a ra.
Instead of Patala.
Yeah, exactly. Because it ends in a vowel, I guess. I think it's a convention. Because you say Delila, right? You don't say Delair. Okay, I'm not gonna do all those. You guys, know all that stuff. You do this on the tape because it's all the same thing. They just have you doing it over and over again for your just exercises for your mind. Alternate future, de-emphasizing first person intentionality. Oh, really? nga joire. Huh. Whoa. I guess I did these. I don't know this. Let's see. The third person auxiliary verb ending, ire, is quite often used for the first person to de-emphasize the intentionality of the agent of the verb, I or we. For instance, nga tromla jogi yin, I will go to the market, or I'm going to the market, is more assertive and indicates that it's one's own decision. Oh, whereas nga tromla jogi re, I will go to the market, is less assertive and can indicate that one's going depends upon conditions or will occur along the way. Oh, I didn't know that.
Could you please repeat? I didn't get the Troy.
So there, I'm reading fast just to review it, but instead of when you put jogi re as opposed to jogi yin for the first person, nga or ngatso, it actually changes the meaning slightly to mean it's less your decision or it's less definite that you're going to be doing that activity.
Okay.
So if you say like, you know, I'm going home, right? Nga nangla jogi yin, right? That means right after this, I'm definitely gonna go home, right? Or that's where I'm going. But if you say nga nangla jogi re, means like, yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna go home. Let's see what I'm doing, right? This is what it says. The gire is less assertive and can indicate one's going upon depends or will occur along the way.
Like in English, going to work would be like kire.
No, either of these things can have either meaning. It's just the no, either of these things can mean the same thing. I'm going to work. But if you say nga lekong, which is like the office, right? Nga lekong gire means like, yeah, it seems like that's what's going to happen later on today. And it's not as definitive. Like, but if you were in your car driving to work, you would say nga lekong jogi yin, like I'm going to work. See, that's why it says gire is only used for the future and not for actions currently taking place, right? Like I'm going to go as opposed to I am going, right? It's subtle. I did the audios, but I didn't read this part of the text yet. And I just found out with you. Okay. So this is just practicing that. Just do the tapes. It's all the same thing over and over.
And
Any
that
questions?
is useful, actually.
What's that?
I'm saying that is useful that they are repeating over and over again.
Oh yeah, it's very useful on the audios. It's very boring during class. That's why I'm skipping it, because I want to more go to the concept so that you understand what you're saying than going over and over again, because that's boring. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Yeah. This is the honorific substitution. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit last time. Let's do a few. Okay, in this drill, imagine that you're in a group that includes esteemed persons and use the honorific hepire for the first person plural. The basic sentence is nga, ngatso, hula, hepire. We're all going to Tibet. We're going to Tibet. The speaker will give a new destination, which you are to substitute for P. All right. Ready? Okay, you're all gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna just highlight this. You're gonna read the sentence and substitute it and translate, okay? Okay. Ina, please go first.
Ngazzo perla pepgire.
Uh-huh.
Paransi. Ngazzo paransi la pepgire.
Yep,
We will go to Tibet.
yep.
France, we will go to France.
Perfect, done. In the tape or audio, they just keep saying this part over and over. We don't need to, because it's the same thing. I mean, especially for this one. For other substitutions later, you do have to say it again because it changes. Every time you substitute, it changes. But since only the object changes in this one, because later they start changing the subject, the object, or the verb, which is cool because you have to remember, first of all. And if it's honorific, you have to change it, etc. How many hostels are in this class?
Sorry, Ward, I changed my device.
Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, nice to see you there.
Nice to see you. Sorry for the delay.
No problem. Look, it's the real thing. Okay. John, do this one.
Dili, how to read it? Dili. Ngatso dili la pepgire. We are going to Delhi.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the why it's called Delhi, but
Wikipedia.
what's that?
Check in Wikipedia.
I was on Wikipedia. They didn't have it on the page. But the New World Encyclopedia says, the etymology of Delhi is uncertain. The most common view is that the name originates from Raja Dilu, a king who reigned in the 1st century BC. Yeah, so it's a king's name. I thought it was something like that. It makes sense. Okay. So translate. Did you translate?
Okay.
No, do the one you just did. What is it?
Yeah, Delhi. I said Ngatso Delhi la pepgire. We are going to Delhi.
Yeah, simple. Okay, good job. Paso.
Yes,
¿Listo?
listo.
Okay, go.
Kathmandu.
Mhm.
Ngazzo Kathmandula Pepkire.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What's it say?
It says, we the good guys are going to Kathmandu.
Or are we the group, including good guys, which may or may not be me?
Yeah, okay. The good guys, except by me, are going to that Kathmandu.
Exactly. And we talked about this in Hasso correctly discerned. And here it is in the book. That's exactly right. Hasso, remember we talked about this a couple classes ago?
Yeah, we use the honorific for respect to the other members of the group that we belong as well.
Exactly. Perfect. Very good comprehension. Who didn't go? Leah, did you go? Go ahead. Are you muted? It sounds like you're muted.
Yeah, I was muted. Oops.
No problem.
Nacho pu la pepkire. And I'm going to substitute with gyana. Nacho gyana la pepkire.
Yanak.
Gana.
No.
And that
Yeah.
means I'm going to China.
Yeah. Say yeah.
Yeah,
Knock.
na.
Knock.
Yeah, na.
Yanak.
Gyana.
No. Knock. Knock.
Gyanak.
Yeah. Good. Knock means
Gyanak.
knock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gyanak.
Good.
Nacho gyanak la pepkire.
Good. Perfect. Oscar.
Sakang,
What's that?
restaurant.
Yay!
Ngatso sakang la pepkire,
Perfect. What's sa?
food.
Yeah, food or actually more to eat. Like say is food, but
Okay.
same. You get the idea. Good. Word will do this one. Tsongkang. Gatso tsongkang la pepkire. Me and my esteemed colleagues will go to the store. Right? I mean, that's how we would say it in English. We add adjectives to show kind of honorific, right? The esteemed Geshe Michael Roach, right? When in Tibetan, you could just say Geshe La, right? Which means the esteemed, something of that nature. Okay. Oh, let's do this one. Okay, so you can get this part. So we're gonna ask you a question, and if it's affirmative, you say yes, and then just repeat the answer, right? So I'll do the first one. So, ngara, and then I want you to translate it too. Ngarang so, Kathmandu, la, pepkirepe, I and my esteemed colleagues, are me and my esteemed colleagues going to Kathmandu? Wouldn't you know? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's like a business meeting. Are we all gonna go to Kathmandu, like at a business meeting, right? And I would say affirmative. So the affirmative would be lare, you know, nganso Kathmandu pepkire. Yeah, we're going to Kathmandu. And here they even take out the pronoun, so that's fine too. Okay, got it? This is the test. Oh, I guess they just changing the original, so you have to remember everything that just happened. Will you remember? Let's see. Ijon first. What does this say, Ijon?
Negative. Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Tre, right? Gosh, trailing sound. What is that?
There's a prenasal that happens. It's
Trailing.
Genjong.
Drejong.
Genjong.
Drejong.
Genjong.
Drejong.
No, prenasal. Genjong.
Drenjong.
Genjong. Genjong.
Drenjong.
Listen to the audio. They say it a million times. Genjong. Where's Genjong? Oscar.
I don't know this one.
Sikkim.
Yeah, Oscar does. Yeah. Wait, Oscar, for $0, where is that in India?
Northeast India.
Perfect.
$0.
$0.
Northeast India, Sikkim.
We had a whole geography class. I think I just missed.
Yeah, I missed it, definitely.
Okay, no worries. Okay, now say, are we going to Sikkim?
Ngarang so was that ngarang?
Yeah,
Well,
Ngarang so,
Ngarang so, how to say, Drengjing, is it?
Just say Genjung.
Drengjung. Ngarang so Drengjung la pepgi re.
Pepirepe.
Pepgi
Yeah.
Negative lamare.
No. Yeah, the answer lamare. Okay, good. And then say,
Lamare.
okay, so that's no, and we're not going to Genjung.
Ngarang so Drengjung la pepgi mare.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Genjung, but I don't think it is. It's just Genjung. There
Drengjung.
shouldn't really be a prenasal either,
Drengjung.
right? Because it's La Jata. La Jata.
Raja.
La Jata Ja Narojo Na Nasa Jung, right?
Jung.
But it's Genjung. I don't know why. That's the value of listening to the tape 100 times.
Genjung.
Learn like a baby. You know, you don't know why. Your mom says Genjung and you're like, okay. But you say it perfect because your mom actually knows the language, right? The tape is your mom. Here we go. La mare, Genjung la peptire. Shouldn't it be pepti mare? Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. Because the original question was, aren't we going to Kathmandu?
Kathmandu, yes.
Yeah, so yeah. No, we're not going to Kathmandu. We're going to Genjung.
Sikkim.
Good. So yeah, you got it. All right. Ina, do this one.
Ladakh.
Yeah.
Ranzo.
Say no first. How do you say no to that question?
La mare.
Perfect. Good.
Ranzo kat Ladakh la pepki marepe.
Yeah, it's weird. You're doing good. Just answer. Just say no. We're going to Ladakh.
La mare.
Yep.
Ngatso. Ranzo, not Natso. Ranzo.
Ngaranso, but you can even skip that. Just start with Ladakh.
Ladakh la
Yep.
pep. Ladakh la pep ki re.
Perfect. That's it. And it makes more sense if you do the audio because they repeat it every time, right? Especially for these beginning units. Later, you have to just transform it in your head, and that takes a little more skill. Okay. Okay, Leah. Okay, I'll ask you, Leah. Ngarang so Kathmandu la Pepki Repe? No answer.
Not so.
I asked.
Kamar.
No, I asked you, are we going to Kathmandu? So what's the first thing you have to say? No.
La mare.
Yeah, perfect.
La mare.
Perfect. No, we're not. No, and now where are you going instead? And please make it a sentence in Tibet.
Droju.
Juk yul.
Jukju.
No. Juk?
Drokju.
No.
Drokjung. Drokjung.
No. Juk?
Drokju.
No.
Druk.
Wait, hold on, stop. Juk
Druk.
yul.
Yu. Drukyu.
Yul.
Yul. Drukyul.
Yeah, good. Where's that?
It's not Bhutan. It's Bodh Gaya. Drukyul.
It is Bhutan.
Bhutan. Okay. Drukyul.
Yeah, okay. So now say no, we're going to Bhutan.
Lakmare. Drukyul la. Drom. Pepkire.
Perfect. Good. Oscar. Ngarang so Kathmandu la Pepki Repe.
Lamare. Yanak la pepkire.
Perfect. What did I ask you and what did you say in English?
Are you all going to Kathmandu? No, we are going to China.
Absolutely perfect. It's the advantage of being the fourth person. You're like, I got all the mistakes that get made before you go. Okay, now Aijan, in a similar fashion, do this one. Ngarang so Kathmandu la Pepki Repe.
Lamare, right? Perla pepgire.
Perfect, done. Ina, ngarang so Kathmandu la Pepki Repe.
La mare. Ngaranzo. Dargelin pepkere.
Peyapo. Hangsa Yapo do. Okay. Alternative future honoring your group. Negative interrogative. Wow. Yes. And the whole book is like this later. They say future declarative alternate future first person plural object subject substitution honorific. And it makes perfect sense logically. It's just a lot of words to describe each exercise. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of this book. The people who did it, first of all, they obviously know Tibetan quite well. Secondly, it's laid out in a very logical fashion. I mean, almost too logical where you're like, what? But I mean, at that point, what are you gonna do? It's a textbook. It's supposed to be technical. But it's well done in that sense. Because there's a lot of that stuff you can't say it colloquially, like I or we substitute the object and the subject and the verb, it becomes super lengthy and it's more like math at this point, which I like. Who doesn't like some math? All right. But honoring your group, right? That's just the whole re. And pep, instead of saying jogi yin, for instance, or jogi min for the negative. Destination substitution, won't we go to Tibet? All right. It's just a negative form of what we just did. You don't need that. Okay, let's do a couple of these. Do we? Hold on, let me see how much is left in this unit. They're quite thorough.
I've got about 14 pages here.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we'll continue. We'll be done unit 6 this week. All right, which is cool. And again, a lot of it is repetitive, but with purpose. And some of these drills, literally, they're like 45 seconds long. They're not long, or less. Some of them are really short. But it helps.
Yeah, they pronounce quickly. Like, what?
Yeah, and there's a moment where you can answer, and then they say the answer. And so what you can do is, even if you don't get the answer, after they say the answer, you just repeat what they say.
Mm.
So that way you're still learning,
Mhm.
or something's happening in your brain, right? Your mind. You're still saying Tibetan, and you're saying the correct answer as best you can. So, and then afterwards, what I would do, like, I use Pimsleur's audios to study language. I would have used Pimsleur's for this, but Pimsleur's didn't make a Tibetan. And I contacted Pimsleur's and asked them to make Tibetan, and they said no. And I said, please, and they said no. And then I said, please, and they stopped writing me back. Okay, so I tried. But with Pimsleur's, for a unit, they say, you have to get about, for a class rather, or a lesson, you should get about 80% right. So if you're not about 80% for like a given exercise, I would just go back one and just do it again, because at least right after you just did it, you should be able to do it again right after, get about 80%. And then once you finish the whole unit, I would start it over again and just make sure you didn't forget the stuff from the beginning by the time you get to the end. That happens too, right? I mean, you got, your mind's like mine. So, and then once you do that 80%, then you go on to the next unit, because it's not like they stop doing those concepts necessarily. I mean, some of the vocab isn't used as often anymore, but that's with everything in language. I mean, if you can't remember how to say house for more than a couple of days, you're never gonna learn the language anyway, because I mean, you're not gonna use all your words all the time, right? And some languages have more words than other languages, right? Spanish, I forget. I think English has more words than Spanish, but Spanish has more words than French, okay? And that's just different languages have different histories and so on. Okay, let's see. So we only have about 13 more lessons in this. Let's try to get through a few more, and then we will be done unit 6. And then Mixed Nuts is coming up. I think it's August 5th or something. I don't know.
August 6th.
Is it 6th? Yeah.
Yeah, Friday.
It starts on a Friday? Okay. I got an email like 2 months ago. I have to check it. But anyway, we'll take a break because I'll be in class all the time. And afterwards, Oscar is going to teach Tibetan to Mexicans. He's a little scared. He's a little worried about it. But don't worry, Hasso and Rebus are going to help him. I don't know if that makes you less worried or more worried. But I think you all have to teach some, because otherwise it's easy to be a student forever and you never like make certain things concrete. Trust me, I know, I did it for a long time. Okay, let's do some destination substitution. I'm bored with the other stuff. Okay, mo takangla jogire. Oscar, who's Mo? What's Mo mean?
She, honorific.
She, not honorific.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, Kong is the honorific, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, all good. Where's she going to go?
To eat, to the restaurant.
Exactly. But I'll say Mo inji lungpa la drogire. What does that mean?
She is going to England.
Yeah, she's Aijan in this case. Aijan inji lungpa la drogire. That's how. Wait, are you going to the restaurant today, Aijan, or England? Okay. Same thing. You translate. Just translate, Aijan. Mo loptrala jogire.
She's going to school.
Perfect. Translate, Miss Leah. Mo menkangla jogire.
She's going to the hospital.
Perfect. You got it. Oscar. Mo jukyula jogire.
She's going to Bhutan.
Bhutan, which is a very hard country to get in, by the way. And they make you spend a certain amount of money, and you can only go certain places. I'm kind of upset about it. I kind of want to go to Bhutan.
They say it's the happiest country in the world.
They have a happiness quotient as part of their economic system. I don't know that it is rated the happiest country in the world. Actually, I think Norway is.
Yeah.
Based not on people being like, yeah, I'm happy, but like healthcare and all this stuff, like all this stuff.
Except
Well,
they have a high suicide rate.
yeah, exactly. Norway does. All the Scandinavian countries do. I mean, anywhere it's winter 6 months out of the year, you're gonna have a high suicide rate. Unfortunately.
Isn't there arms dealing there? Like
What's
a lot
that?
of arms. Aren't there a lot of arms dealers in Norway?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, America has the most arms dealers by far. Torture devices too. And military by like 30 times their like closest ally and like 100 times all their enemies combined or something. So, and the citizenry has the most guns per capita. So
Yeah, that's true.
anything Norway does in comparison is minuscule, I would say, by any metric. Yeah, so that's the reality of that. Mo nangla jogire. Ina, where is she going?
She is going home.
Okay, if I turn it to Kung, how would this sentence change?
Kun nan la drogire. He.
No, Kung is honorific. So now try.
Yeah. Honorific to both her and she and he.
Right, but that would change the whole sentence. If I made the Kung, then you would have to say Kung simkangla hepkire. Yeah, you would have to change both the noun and the verb in this case.
So, absolutely different sentence.
Yeah, completely different sentence as far as the words, except for la.
Different.
But the meaning exactly the same. I mean, except for honorific. Okay. In English, we would translate the same exact, except maybe we put esteemed or holy or something in there to indicate that.
It is
Which What's that? Say again?
It might be like posh language, royal language.
Yeah, something like that. But
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no,
to her castle.
yeah, she's going to her manor. You could say something like that in English. Mansion, manor, holy house. That sounds weird. Okay. Leah, mo pula jokire. What's that mean?
She's going to Tibet.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Profe, so a sentence which has mo and pepkire, it's wrong, right?
Should be, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Unless there's, I mean, there's maybe some weird exception that I don't know because Tibetan has those exceptions, but yeah, should be.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is the same thing over and over. Let's future declarative is transforming pronoun, noun, or destination. Okay, this is good. This is more of the action that you guys are ready for. Let's do it. We might finish this thing today.
Mhm.
Okay. So the first sentence is kung gagar la ko, excuse me. Ko gagar la jogire. What's that mean, Aijan?
He's going to India.
Good. All right. So they're all that. They're all based on this first sentence. All right. So you're going to change object, pronoun, or the
Different parts. Mhm.
yeah, different parts. Okay. So put mo in that sentence. Aijan.
Mo Gyagarla Drogere.
Perfect.
Like that?
Oscar. Yep. Oscar, put Darjeeling in that sentence.
The first one is gompa. But yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
do that.
oh, sorry, I skipped the example. You want to do the example? Go ahead. Do compa.
Ko gompa la trogire.
Perfect. Okay, now do this one too.
Ku Darjeeling,
Ko.
Darjeeling. Oh yeah. Ko Darjeeling. Well, Ko Darjeeling la trogire.
Wait, I don't know if they keep it mo. Yeah, they do. Okay, so once they switch it, you're supposed to keep it switched. So this girl says ko gagar la jogire, and then you change. Then it says substitute gumpa. Ko gumpa la jogire. Then they say substitute mo. So you're supposed to say mo.
Gompa la trogire.
Exactly. Now substitute Darjeeling.
Mo Darjeeling la trogire.
Perfect. Okay, you got it. Okay, now Leah, same exact concept, substitute nang.
Mong, nang,
Mo.
mo, nang, dro yin,
Mo nangla.
mong nang la, dro yin,
Jogire.
mo nang la, dro yi, re.
Yeah, good. Now Ina, do koto. Wait, Ina. Wait,
Yeah.
Ina. Do kongso. Kongso.
Konso. Kotso.
Do kongso. It says kotso, but I'm asking you to do kongso instead.
Konso. Could you please show the first one, because I'm lost with all the changes.
That's the point. I'll say it. I'm not going to show it. I'll say it.
Okay, say it.
Good. So now we're on mo nangla mo nangla jogire. Now put kongso in there instead.
Mo nanla trogere.
Yep.
Konso how you said simkanla
Simkang.
simkanla trogere. No, pepre.
Pepire.
Pepkire.
Okay, yay! That's why I wanted you to put kungso. Good, very good. Word will do the next one. Kungso, hlasa la peptire. Or koso, I guess is what it's gonna say. Oscar.
What's that? T
Deki, it's a name.
Tiki. Oh. Dekila Hlasala Pepkire.
Perfect. Unless they're your friend, right? You could say jogire. But I like what you did, especially since we were going with the pep. Yay! Wow. Oh my God. Imagine if you guys studied.
Yeah, I should admit, like this summer is crazy. I want to study so much. The more I want to study, the less time I have.
I know you're all busy, but I also know you're not studying. I can tell. All right, but I still love you. All right, so let's see. Future interrogative alternative. Yeah, this is the same activity. One second. What's this last one? Ooh, alternative second person negative declarative. Okay, let's do it. This is headache worthy. I'm skipping to the ones that are more challenging, the less repetitious ones, because our time together is precious, and you can listen to tape for the other ones. Okay, so Oscar, translate. Kerang Menkang la jogi mare.
Isn't he going to the hospital?
Close. Kerang. Makum.
Oh. Aren't you going to a hospital?
Perfect. Good. Kumpa.
Aren't you? Oh, sorry. Kerang Kompala Trogi Mare.
Right. I mean, you'd have to say no, I guess, right? But I guess they're just doing substitution. But perfect. I like it. Leah, Kerang So and Laptra.
Okay, kerangso means all of us. Aren't all of us honorific going to the hospital?
Yeah.
And substituting lo
Loptra, Loptra.
Lotra, which is the school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lotra is the school. Okay. So Kerangso,
Mm-hmm.
Kerangso la, Lotra la,
No, not Karangso la. Karangso.
Kerangso, Lotra la,
Mm-hmm. Loptra,
Pepire.
Loptra la.
Lotra la, Pepire.
I think these are all non-honorific. I mean, literally, it should be pepkire, right, for kerang, because kerang is honorific. But I think they just do drogi.
Droyin. So Kerangso, Lotra la, Droyin.
Drogi mare.
Drogi mare. Aren't we all honorific going to the school?
No, not aren't. That would be drogi mare. Pe. This is just saying, we aren't all. We're not all going to the school.
We're not all going to the school.
Yeah. To clarify.
Kerangso, Lotra, Droyin. Droyi merin.
Mare.
Droyi mare.
Yeah, drogi mare. Okay. I know your brains are fading. I can see it all happening. John's eyes are watering. She's about to fall asleep. She worked all day. 3 more minutes, John. Okay, John, you go so you don't fall asleep. Put kerang and nang in there.
Kerang nang la drogi mare.
Perfect. Ina, kerangso and songkang.
Kerangso tsonkan drogi mare.
Perfect. Word. Kerang German la drogi mare. We're not going to Germany. Karichane, why not? We're all like this. Okay, that's enough. Your brains are done. Okay, so next class on Thursday, we'll finish up the unit and we'll do some review. We'll review vocab and we'll review the dialogues up until now. All right. And then we'll have, I don't know, we'll have like a week until mixed nuts. I don't know. August 6th is a Friday. So that's 1 week. And then, so 2 whole weeks. Or 3. We're including this. Yeah.
I have a question about mixed nuts. Do you know who is the technical team? Is it still team or somebody else? Because we will be translating. We will be doing simultaneous translation into Russian.
I don't know. Contact Nick for a fast reply.
I asked him, he's not replying. I guess he's like overloaded.
Overloaded, Nick? That's weird.
I usually said he will go to vacations now. Maybe I should. I sent him a message twice already. Usually he's replying.
Yeah, he does reply. He's quite fast usually.
Because we need to know, how to figure the technical stuff.
Maybe we can ask Brian or Pachi.
Patchy.
Pachi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Patchy.
They are tech guys.
They're all tech guys. They might know.
Mhm.
Good luck. If you get desperate, write me and I'll write them. They usually get back to me. All right.
I'll be here on Thursday for 45 minutes and then I have to get ready for a 1 o'clock meeting.
Okay, thank you for taking the time, Leah, and thank you all. You are progressing excellently. One day you'll have the seeds to study too. It's okay.
Yeah, we have 5 classes before mixed nuts.
Yeah, no, so I was saying 3 weeks, right? Including this week. Yeah. 3 weeks of class, not 21 days. Yep. Cool. So we'll do it. It'll be
We
fun.
might finish the unit 7 or maybe not.
Definitely not. Not at this pace. Maybe I'll touch unit 7, but I want to make sure you know unit 4, 5, and 6 perfectly.
Ah, right, we will review. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's better because if we go further and then
Yeah.
and then if you come to mixed nuts, the thing is vocab really at that point, you know, because if you know subject, object, verb, and the basics, it's just vocab. If you can't recognize what word in a sentence is a verb, much less what it means, then it's hard. Because the scriptural sentences can be like 5 lines long or something, you know? And you have to,
That's here and the verb is somewhere here.
yeah. So you have to be able to find all the verbs to then connect the closest one to the closest subject, and then how the objects and other parts of speech go in there. And then you have to know the philosophy to actually make sense of it, because otherwise it's just a jumble. So
I think this term, at least for us, will be more interesting from this point of view, because we might start picking up something in Tibetan, like, oh, I think I've seen that.
no, you will. If you take the time to come to class, which I know you all have jobs and stuff, but if you have some time to spare, you know, and not my class, that's annoying, but like Seiji's class, you have some hope. A couple other classes. Allison's class tends to be pretty comprehensible once Geshe-la fixes all the mistakes in that text. Those two are kind of fun and relatively easy to translate.
Yeah, the most challenging for us is Ben's class. I don't know who will play that.
Ben? Oh, his new book?
Ben Kramer.
The logic book or his old book?
It does not depend on the book. They're speaking too fast and they don't bother to translate usually.
Oh, right, because Ben already knows and Geshe just moves on pretty fast. Yeah. Yeah, Ben.
I think that's easy job for translator, nothing to translate.
Easy to translate, not easy for people to comprehend what's going on.
Yes.
Not my problem. I came here to translate, okay? No, I'm joking. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck. So, okay, I'm gonna go now. I love you guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Warla.
Let's continue
Thank you.
study.
Okay.
Teachers
your best.
keep teaching.
Thank you. I will for now. Bye.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye.